The fallout stemming from a failed attempt to overthrow the Turkish government is being felt by Colorado. 9 News reporter Ryan Harrer has more on a gathering on the steps of the state capitol today.
Yeah, but first, Kim, let me try to describe the last 30 years of Turkish history in 30 seconds. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan and cleric Fethullah Gulen used to be political allies, that is, until a power struggle followed by Gulen's followers accusing the Erdogan government of corruption. Gulen's been an enemy to the state ever since and exiled himself to Pennsylvania. He still lives there. Yes, it's much more complicated than that, but you get the picture. These guys don't like each other. Gulen's denied President Erdogan's claim that he was behind July's coup. Hizmet is known around the world as a peaceful organ.
Thank you for your work to bring peace.
Many of the religious and political leaders who defended the Hizmet movement at the Capitol have known the movement for years.
Well, we know they're not terrorists. We know they care about interfaith dialogue. They care about democracy. They care about education.
Days after the failed coup, the Turkish consul sent a letter to state legislators across the country, blaming Gulen's followers for the violent acts, labeling the Hizmet movement a terrorist organization. Colorado House Speaker Dickey Hullinghorst, like many of her colleagues, fears President Erdogan's using the coup to destroy democracy.
The current administration is using that as an excuse to turn this vibrant democracy into a totalitarian system.
These state leaders came to support the Multicultural Mosaic Foundation. Many of its members, like its president, Ismail Akbulut, followed the Hizmet movement.
It is heartbreaking to see officials of a country that I identify with, the Turkish Republic, that they send letters to legislators in Colorado, my state of Colorado, and calling us terrorists.
And it's that kind of rhetoric that gets people fired up.
We are being threatened here in Colorado by other Turkish citizens or others. We have been threatened through social media. We received death threats.
The Turkish consul told 9 News today that those behind the coup had direct links to the Gulen movement, saying that if that's not terrorism, they don't know what to call it. That's a concern for those who believe this is nothing more than an attempt by Erdogan to fan the flames and gain more power.
So when people write letters like that, it's an attempt to divide us.
So bottom line here is that the Turkish consul sent that letter to those representatives saying that this organization, those in the Hizmet movement, are terrorists. Secretary of State John Kerry says the U.S. would consider extradition if Gulen, if and when they see actual proof of his involvement. So far as the public knows, there's been no such proof to the U.S. government, Kim.
It is a complicated one. Thank you for giving us the background of this and how they were once allies and then they split and everything else.
Yeah,
okay.
Bottom line, they don't like each other very much, certainly after that coup.
No, not at all. All right. Thank you, Ryan.